Before we get into our college picks of the week, we're doing our recap from last week's picks. Jake, how did your two picks go?
Not good. Indiana against Iowa. Really didn't expect it to be a low scoring game because I wanted it to be high scoring. But of course, it's Iowa football and they don't score a lot of points, nor do they give up a lot of points. And then we had Rice and Navy. Really expect that one just to kind of be just a bloodbath. Two teams just scoring points. They did not. Navy did not score as much as I would have liked them to. They didn't run the ball as well. And Rice is just a shell of a program. So
That's tough. And Nick, how did your two picks go?
Yeah, the family reunion didn't hold up to its end of the bargain. I'll tell you that right now. Ole Miss, they won, but 24-19. LSU couldn't really score much. I think there were a couple turnovers in there that didn't help us. And then my other one, probably the worst bet of the weekend. I don't
Oof.
know if the other
Oof.
one's bad as this. I had Syracuse plus 5.5 against Duke, and they lost by 35. So
yeah, that was not a good one.
they
Well, they had a backup quarterback. Syracuse had a backup quarterback. I don't know if you knew that before you made that pick. So
No,
did not, absolutely did not.
yeah, it was more about Duke, knowing Duke, how they've performed this year versus, yeah, I get that.
It was more so Syracuse being home dogs. I like that.
Yeah,
I like taking a home dog when the other team's not very, very good. But it didn't work out.
no, that was brutal. And for my two, I went 1-1, got the only win of the week, and probably shouldn't have even happened. That was the Oregon versus Penn State over, and that would not have happened without OT. So got a couple late scores by Aller, who
Double.
looked terrible, double OT. So
1 points in overtime.
yeah, it was dead until it wasn't. And then the other game was Bama at Georgia over, and that didn't hit. The offenses were much slower, and just it wasn't as moving the ball as I thought it was going to be. So they missed it by like a touchdown as well. So not a
Yeah, that
great
one's
week for
close.
us. Went 1-1 and 5.
1 and 5.
So not great, but again, we're gonna turn it around this week, and
Oh,
we're due. The public is due. We are due. So you can start us off, Jake, for your two picks for this week.
all right. This week we're going a little outside the box. We've been doing a lot of overs and unders, spreads. We're going to stick with the overs and unders, but we're going specifically on teams. First one is Minnesota at number one Ohio State. We're going to go under 9.5 points for Minnesota. Ohio State is giving up 5.5 points a game over the first 4 games of the season. They've played Texas and they've played Washington. So it wasn't like they've played teams that can't necessarily score. And those are two good programs, at least relatively in the last couple of years and even going into this season. Ohio State is going to ball control the hell out of this game. It's going to be extremely loud. Minnesota, it is a Big Ten game, so it's not like there isn't anything more riding on this game. Ohio State wants to make sure they bury them. Minnesota is 3-1, and they have put up some points this year, but that Ohio State defense is on a completely different level,
So good.
and I just don't see Minnesota scoring more than 10, and I don't think they will. Next game is going to be James Madison at Georgia State. So Georgia State is actually giving up the most points in all of college football as of right now. They're giving up 48 points a game. That's bad. That is really, really bad. And somehow they're still 1-3. I don't know how they won a game giving up that many points, but they did. James Madison over 36.5 points this week. They're averaging about 32 points a game through the first 4 games. And if you're playing the worst defense in the league, in conference, and NCAA, I think it kind of gives you a little nudge on maybe +7 to your normal average, maybe +14. I see James Madison being able to handle it just fine. So yeah, those are my two.
No, I like it. That's definitely some good stats there. Stat that with the over 48 points a week. That's crazy. That's like not even trying. It's giving up over 10 points a quarter.
He's
Like
giving up 7
That's a
touchdowns a
lot.
game.
that's
That's 7
insane.
touchdowns a game. That's a lot. Like,
Yeah,
what are we doing?
that is crazy.
So we're
And then
taking so we're taking James Madison's over.
they're
We're
the
taking
team
James
total,
Madison's points
Okay.
over,
I was
not
wondering. I
the
was like, oh,
game.
36 is nothing.
which
Yeah.
36 and a half, you're essentially needing them to get to 37 or 40. Like those are the two numbers that they can either hit, which I mean, obviously that's still well below the average, and they've already been scoring in the 30s. So that's a really good one.
Yeah.
And obviously, Ohio State, their defense is legit, but
How's Minnesota look? I haven't really seen any Minnesota.
they're 3-1. They've put up some points this year. They've been in the high 20s, low 30s, but they haven't really been playing anybody. And I mean, it's Big Ten football. You know what happens in Big Ten football? Everybody runs the ball.
Yeah.
And it's at Ohio State too.
At another advantage, Ohio State really hasn't been putting up a lot of points. So when you put that in the contrast of another team, they probably don't want to throw the ball against Ohio State. Then you're letting their DNs just go crazy on your offensive line. Well, if they're going to be running the ball and both teams are running the ball, I'm hoping it's a close game and they kind of just both run out the clock.
Yeah.
Ohio State.
The only thing I can think this smells like a trap game. Smells like a trap game. Ohio State's coming from Washington last week. Those college kids, they were over there in Washington. They don't usually play well over on the other coast. They came back.
It's not that far away. They're from Ohio, Nikki. It's like a 2-hour plane ride.
Ooh, I don't think so, Jake.
To Washington? I don't know.
I think you're north of 5 or 6.
I don't know.
Jake, Washington's out there.
I know Washington is out there, but Ohio is not close to the East Coast.
It's close enough. It's not in the middle.
It is. It's pretty much in the middle of the U.S.
So you're saying the travel, just the
Don't
wear and
worry
tear
about
of the
travel.
week.
It's a week away.
Time
Travel is
zones.
schmazzel.
I'm just saying, I think this is a game where Ohio State, I don't think there's a lot of juice in this game. I think it's Minnesota. Minnesota is not supposed to be that.
Yeah, what are they like?
They're not terrible.
Are they 24-point favorites?
It's like
it's not like Ohio State's going to be getting up
to
for
be
this
a
game.
low-scoring game. That's the point. I'm expecting it to be low-scoring.
I like the James Madison over, honestly.
Yeah, I do too, just because I love rooting for offense, love rooting for points. And anytime there's a team that everyone knows they're giving up a lot of points, those offensive meetings this week, they are itching to get into those meetings to get on that field.
Yes.
They're going to have some plays dialed up, and it's just one of those where everything works.
Everything works.
This is a feast game for James Madison. So I'll absolutely side with you guys on the over 36.5. I like that a lot. And now we can go over to your 2 picks, Nick.
Yeah, I really, really love them. Love both these picks. And I'm thinking 2-0. First one, we're going to head to Gainesville. Number 9, Texas at Florida. I'm going to take the under in this game. Now, the under is very low, but it's very low for a reason. Under 42.5. Now, Texas has hit the under in 3 of their first 4 games of the season. Arch Manning has not got it going. The only over they hit was against Sam Houston, and Sam Houston didn't score at all. So their defense, it wasn't like they gave up any points. They just scored 55. Florida's hit the under in their last 3 games. I don't know what the over-under was in their first game of the season. It was against Long Island University, Sisters of the Blind. And it was 55-0. I don't know if it was over or under that. Anyways, both these defenses are very, very good. Texas has held their teams to 14, 7, 10, and 0, while Florida's held their teams to 0 points twice, and then it was 0 points once, 18, 20, and 26. So a little bit more. I just don't think Florida's going to score at all.
Yeah,
I really don't. I think Texas is going to win like 28-3 or something. I think I put 28-7. Yeah, so I think this is going to be very similar to that Miami game they had, and the only way I do think this loses is if Texas just puts up like 40 points or something.
Yeah.
And blows them out.
Yeah, Florida hasn't looked like Lagway. They have not been able to get it going at all. Yeah, like you said, like both of them have just had under games. And it's like, and we're assuming Texas is going to put up points if Arch continues to get better, but he has a stinker. It's in his back pocket at any time. He can just have a shit game. So I agree. I really like that under. And 42.5 is still like, that's like an NFL over under. It's still some points need to be scored.
For college, it feels like that's.
I agree.
For college, it's like if anything's under 50, it's like, whoa.
I agree.
Well, but I mean, you're also dealing with 2 5-star number 1 quarterback in their class recruits that are playing against each other. So it's like, theoretically, this should be a high scoring game because these 2 quarterbacks are supposed to be the best in the country. But
these are the 2 most underwhelming.
Yeah.
These were the 2 Heisman favorites, weren't they?
Yeah. I think so. I know Lagway did really well last year to where everyone was like, we got our guy, and he hasn't lived up to that. And then Arj obviously
and they've
been a disappointment. And their defenses are legit. Both teams do have very solid defenses.
Yeah, Florida's actually been in games Florida's been in games when they've looked so bad on offense.
Yeah, it's made them look better than they are. Like LSU made them look a lot closer than that game really was.
Yeah, I think Lagway threw 5 picks that
Yes.
game. It was a 1-score game.
Yeah.
Like that's a good defense.
Yeah. No, I like that a lot.
All right, what's your next one?
All right. So my next one, it's something I wanted to take it last week. No excuses, but I think this Notre Dame team is pretty good. I'm going Boise State at number 21 ranked Notre Dame. I'm taking Notre Dame 20.5. I think they're going to destroy Boise State. Like I said, I wanted Notre Dame last week against Arkansas. I didn't pull the trigger. Went with Syracuse Duke. Stupid decision. But Notre Dame's losses have been by a combined 4 points. And it was against number 3 Miami and against number 6 Texas A&M. And I think they could have won both those games. The Texas A&M game, I think they really should have won. And then the Miami game, Carson Beck drove them down the field and won that one.
Yeah.
They just destroyed Arkansas. They destroyed Purdue. They put up 56 points in their last 2 games. I think they're going to absolutely roll Boise State at home.
And they're actually using Jeremiah Love. Like the big
And they have
change, the other running back. Yeah. What's the name? Is it Pierce?
I don't know his name.
But they both went off last week. And I was like, oh, okay. They're trusting their elite backfield talent. Get the ball out to them.
It felt like the first 4 weeks they were kind of like load managing Love.
Yeah.
Like the other guy's good, but we all talk about it. When Love gets the ball and he's different.
Yes.
He looks just at a completely different speed than everyone else on the field.
Yeah, they definitely didn't give him enough touches the first couple weeks, and now they're getting it to him in the receiving and rushing. I think he had 2 receiving touchdowns last week as well. It just makes it so much easier for a freshman quarterback or a first-year starting quarterback. I'm like,
correct.
I'm happy that they did that. And Boise isn't good. Like we've watched them. I don't think they don't have the talent to match with.
They've been playing decent. They have been playing decent after that USF blowout that they lost. They've looked decent, but they haven't really played anyone.
Yeah, they played Eastern Washington, Air Force, and App State. I mean, they put up 49, 51, and 47 against those 3 teams. So it's not like they're not scoring. But
that's not Notre Dame.
That's similar to Arkansas, too, though. Arkansas has been an over machine all year, and they've been putting up a lot of points, but can't really stop anyone. And once you run into Notre Dame, they're just going to outscore
Boise
them.
might be able to put up 25.
They could put up points, but they're going to give up.
But I think Notre Dame's going to score over 50.
I mean, Air Force put up 37. I'm not sure what Air Force offense they're running, but I'm sure it's not good.
No.
And they don't have the players that should be putting up 37 points against a Boise State team or program at all. So I like that Notre Dame one.
Yeah, I like that as well.
I think I'm falling on that one. Yeah, that under at 42.5, it can so easily, with the talent from those guys in the SEC,
and
they can just score at will if it just clicks one.
Well, there could be a couple defensive touchdowns.
I was going to say Lagway could throw a couple picks, some short field. Yeah, I think that could affect an under.
And you got them Florida boys. Special teams touchdown is always on the board for a Florida team just because
we are not programmed. We're not programmed to like unders
for good reason. I get it.
I mean, they happen a lot more than we do think.
There could be bad football in this game.
We're expecting it not to. We're just like, I think these both are going to hit, but I do think the safer one. I think they're going to hit.
I agree. Okay, cool. So we're locking in Notre Dame minus 20.5 against Boise State. Love it.
Hopefully that line doesn't change too much by the game time.
Good call. Yeah.
Well, once this gets out, I'm sure that'll probably move some lines.
Oh, for sure. We're
heavy traffic. Heavy traffic.
I love it. Oh yeah. So my first pick, we're going with Miami at FSU over 53.5 points. FSU has been an over machine this year. They're 4-0 against the spread, and they showed this past week against Virginia that not only can they score, but they can also give up a lot of points if they're playing a competent offense, which I will give Beck credit this year. He has moved the ball really well with Miami, and they have been able to get theirs each week and move the ball. I don't think FSU is going to slow them down at all, and I think FSU has shown they're gonna get theirs too. So I think big interstate rivalry, they're going to be pushing each other. FSU's gotten over 30 points each week. The only games that haven't hit overs against Miami are teams that just can't score against Miami. So I think FSU gets theirs, Miami gets theirs. And this is going to be just hopefully it's going to be just a great game that's just back and forth until the end, which is what I'm expecting. So that's my first one.
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
Yeah, solid. And then our second one here, we got Vanderbilt at Alabama over 55.5. This is another one that I really like because of many of narratives and factors in this game. You have the revenge factor from last year where Bama really wants to have a good showing against Vandy, especially because they are playing Pavia again. So it's like, it's not like they graduated their guys that beat them last year. Pavia's back and they look good offensively. Yeah. Vanderbilt has scored over 30 every game this year and over 40 3 out of the 4 games. So they've shown offensively that they can put up a lot of points. So I do think they're going to carry their own weight against Bama. However, I don't think Vanderbilt's defense is good enough to slow Bama down. They just gave up 35 to Utah State last week. And that's why I didn't want the spread in this game of 10.5 for Vandy, because I do think Bama does have an opportunity where they could get, because of Vandy's defense. It could get ugly if Bama's able to have their way. And I do think with that added motivation of last year, they're going to want to send a message. And Bama's hit the over in three of the 4 games this year. But not last week. That was the first over they missed was last week against Georgia. Weird game. They just wasn't enough offense. Get back on a roll. But exactly, I'd rather have it. They missed last week and now they're back onto it than them being 4. We're hoping that this continues, but I do think it will. Vandy's defense can't do it, and I trust Pavia as like an experienced just stud. He's a really good college quarterback. Runs it well, throws it well, makes good decisions. They're going to get theirs. And Bama, I think, wants blood. They want to run this score up as much as they can.
Yeah, it's a college game day, too.
Yeah, as it should. Number 16.
College game day.
Yeah, Vandy's number 16. And what's Bama? Number 6? Number 7? They're top 10 after beating Georgia, 9. But they're 9. I love the game, though. 9. It's definitely going to be a track meet type game.
Okay, well, I wanted to just make sure because I don't remember what the score was last year, but I just went back and checked. 35-40 Vanderbilt. So pretty much the exact same setup as last year.
Nice, cool 70-point game.
I think this one's in Bama, right? This is in Tuscaloosa.
This is at
Bama. It's definitely going to be a revenge game for Bama, but I think you're right. That what's Pavia?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah, Pavia.
Tate McRae's boyfriend, learn it.
Huh? Is that confirmed? Sources?
No, he's trying. It's very
Pavia, my dog. But
have you not seen Theo Vaughn supposed to go on a date with his mom?
The mom, yeah.
And then the other rebuttal was, if you give me a date with Tate McRae.
Pavia met Theo because they're both in Nashville.
I think Theo Vaughn's a Vandy. He's a Vandy fan. I think.
He's a Vandy fan. He went to their practice a couple weeks ago.
That's so funny.
Hanging out there.
That's so funny.
Theo Vaughn did not go to college, I don't think.
No.
I don't think so. I don't know what that was. It was something about
he went,
getting a date with his mom or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I see
rebuttal day with Tate McRae. Yeah, no, it was funny.
It's a
joke, but
that is funny.
I want to do the Miami and FSU one just because we're Florida kids and you expect that to be high scoring. But that Vanderbilt Alabama game,
for just 2 points more,
it has to be over. It has to be.
I like it.
Unless it's like 40-10, but like I said, I don't see Vanderbilt not like. I think they answer. I think they are a team that like we already beat them, and I think that they are. I think they're legit. I think this is year 2 of Vanderbilt being a competitive team. That's why, because that's my biggest fear is that Bama does get out and just runs it on them. But I think Vanderbilt can handle it. I think Pavia is good enough to answer at least 20 points. 20 to 30
and I think
points.
Bama now first quarter going for it on 4th down.
Oh yeah, this is one of those.
Yeah, they're not going to play. Yeah, they're not playing.
They're not.
They just got ranked for the first time since last year, so they're going to try to make sure.
They have to punch Bama in the mouth because they know Bama's going to come out trying to do the same.
For sure.
And it's like, when is the next time you're going to have a good quarterback who's playing?
Yeah, Vanderbilt. Like yeah, exactly.
Like,
Pavia is the best thing.
Really, your shot. If you want to make any type of noise in the college football at all, you got to take Bama down in this week. Not even take them down, just score a bunch of points and at least make it look like it.
Yeah, make it a good game. It's at Bama. You're not supposed to be your 10-point dogs.
Yeah, there's no expectations on it. Yeah, just give it your best shot. Okay, cool. So our final parlay for this college football week is going to be over Vanderbilt at Alabama, over 55.5. Then we got Boise State at Notre Dame minus 20.5. And then James Madison at Georgia State, James Madison over 36.5 points.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Book it.
I like it. This is the week. 3-0.
Gonna happen at some point.
Thursday night football, Niners at Rams. I'm going with the under 45.5. There's no Brock Purdy. CMC seems like to be the only player on the 49ers offense. They shouldn't score much. Rams should get up to a pretty good lead and then lay off the gas. Jake, what do you got?
Well, as you said, all the 49ers got is CMC, and that's where we're going with over here. We're going rushing and receiving yards over. They're feeding him the ball. They're going to throw him the ball.
Yeah, his receiving yards are at 60.
That's why we're all the way up to 120. It's not even like it's 90 rushing and 40 or 30 receiving. No, it's split. They're using him in both fashions.
And for my pick in this game, I'm going Devontae Adams anytime touchdown. He's had a really good rapport with Stafford. He scored a touchdown in the last 3 games, and he gets the goal line targets. I think his release is still elite, and Stafford loves giving him those jump balls, those opportunities. Yeah. So I just think he's good for one in this game, because I agree with Nick. Rams, I think, are going to get this game pretty comfortably. So there's going to be a few scores. Monday Night Football, Chiefs at Jags. I'm going with the Chiefs minus 3.5. The Chiefs are going to stop the Jags run game, and Trevor just makes way too many mistakes to keep this game close. I think the Chiefs absolutely beat up on the Jags in this game. Nick, what are you picking?
The Chiefs looked like the Chiefs last week, partly because one man came back onto that offense, and that was Xavier Worthy. I'm going over rushing and receiving yards because I think he may get a couple end arounds that he will take to the house. He's super, super explosive. They looked very different with him.
Might be boots on the ground in this one. I know last week we had a boots on ground for the Eagles game, but I'm up here in Jacksonville, and Chiefs are coming to town, so I might be there Monday night. Chiefs turned back the clock a little bit last week. We're going to go with Patrick Mahomes over 1.5 touchdowns.
I love it. Yep.
I love that. No, it's a great pick.